วัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผมครับผม
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the practices of Buddhist charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone is welcome to join. We'll go by whoever comes in first. The first person tonight is Felicia Chan. Felicia from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. I don't have question for tonight. My meditation progress is good. I can remain in the body loose condition with mindfulness and peaceful every time when I meditate. I continue to practice like this.
Yes, very good.
I remember Ajaan said, practice Dhamma has no free lunch, no pain, no gain. So we must work hard to get good result.
That's right. You have to exert, put in your effort, like climbing the mountain.
Yes.
If you don't push yourself, you will not be able to climb to the top.
Yes. So we should practice mindfulness. Give 100%.
Yes.
Do not expect what will be.
That's right.
Okay. We should stay alone with less desire and defilement. This can help the meditation progress.
Yes.
Actually, peaceful and happiness come from the mind, not because of environment, good or bad.
Yes. The mind, if you can keep it calm, it will be happy.
Okay.
But sometimes the environment can disturb the mind if you're not strong enough. If your mind is not strong enough, it can be affected. So you have to develop your mind to the point where it will not be affected by anything.
Thank you, Ajaan. Your teaching is very helpful. Sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Next, Nonapat from Thailand.
นมัสการค่ะท่านอาจารย์ I don't have any question ค่ะ Thank you for your teaching ค่ะ
Okay. Yogbe from New York. Yogbe, go ahead.
Good evening, Ajaan. Because the last week I'm too busy and found my 8 preset. It's okay, right? One time.
Well, if you cannot keep it, then you cannot get the reward from it. That's all. It's like buying lottery ticket. If you don't buy the lottery ticket, you'll not be able to win the prize.
Okay. And when we keep the 8 preset, can we do like a makeup or dye my hair? Is okay?
No, not for beautification. For medical reason, yes, but not for enhancement of your beauty. No beauty enhancement.
Okay. And how about are they mentioned? Do we have to eat the vegetarian or not?
Where you have to what? Repeat the question.
No, the vegetarian.
Vegetarian. No, it's not mentioned. You can eat meat or you can eat vegetarian food as long as you don't kill. The precept is to stop you from killing, not from eating.
Okay. And one more question from this week, right? Once the CEO they jump from 18th floor, by the time when he die, can he rebirth again?
Yes, everyone will take rebirth.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how you die. Doesn't matter how you die. After your body breaks down, then your spirit will go look for a new body.
Okay. Thank you, Brother, for teaching. Thank you.
Okay. Professor Kenneth.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, Ajaan.
School start yet? University start yet?
No, it starts on the 19th, another 2 weeks. So I still have peace and quiet.
How long you expect to teach for before you retire?
I have a maximum of another 6 years.
6 years.
I could go early if I wanted, but a maximum of 6. So we'll see how it goes. Ajaan, I have a question I would like to ask regarding you often talk about the 6 elements, one of the elements being the mind.
Yes, it's called the knowing element.
What I was wondering was, when you talk about the knowing element, the mind as being an element, is that referring to the pure mind, the clear mind?
No, it's just a word we use to describe the 6th element. The word element might not, but it might not be exactly true to what it is, but it's just the closest thing we can come up with to describe the 6 building blocks of the universe, physical and also spiritual universe. The mind is in the spiritual universe. Yeah. While the 4 elements, the 5 other elements is in the physical universe. When they combine, they form planets, stars, and people, animal, and things. All come from the 5 elements in the physical universe. And with the mind attached to the body of human and animals. Like our body is actually existing in two universes. The body's universe and the mind universe. 2 separate universes.
All right. So they really just refer to the 6 elements that are always there, continuing.
Yeah, they are the building blocks of everything. They form and then they disintegrate. Just like the science mentioned about the collapsing of the universe and then the Big Bang. First, it contracts. Everything contracts into a big mass, and then all of a sudden this thing will explode again and create stars and planets and everything. So we have this expanding and contracting universe, right? Everything. First they expand, but the Big Bang just like push everything apart. And then when the forces that push these things weakens, then the forces that pull it back in will start to pull everything back into one glob of mass. And then it will explode again, back and forth.
I think it's
And
called
this
the Big
is the way I understand it.
Okay.
But all these building blocks, they're not destroyed nor created. They are just there, just there. but they constantly in motion. They keep reacting or forming with one or the other.
Okay.
So what we have to understand is that the body, which is part of the physical world, is always changing, and it will eventually disintegrate and then reform again into another body. And the mind, which is the knowing element, the one that thinks and feels, just connect to this body when it's formed, because due to the mind's desire or cravings for the sensual pleasure, so the mind will always keep connecting to a body after it's been disconnected. At the cessation of the body, it will then try to go look for a new body. When a new body is formed, then the mind will then reconnect with this new body. And in the process of using the body to seek for the sensual pleasures, it does all three types of karma: good karma, bad karma, and neutral karma. And this karma has effect on the mind. It creates happiness or suffering, or neutral feelings. And the Buddha is the one who discovered that the mind is the one that is the problem that we have to fix, that we can fix. But the body, the physical universe, we cannot fix. What we can fix is to stop the mind from having cravings for sensual pleasure, so that and then become fully permanently detached from the body. So it will then not have to suffer with the changing of the body, like aging, sickness, and death. And also it will then stop from suffering from doing any bad karma. Because once the mind has developed to a level where it can be happy within itself, like in jhana, then it doesn't need to have a body. So this is our goal, is to develop the mind to the point where it can be happy without having to rely on anything to make it happy, especially the body. If the mind still depends on having a body to keep it happy, then it will have to keep changing new body, having rebirth. And if it keeps doing good or bad karma, it will also reaps the consequence of the good and bad karma by existing in the spiritual world, different realms of the spiritual world. Good karma will give the mind pleasant spiritual world, happy spiritual world, like heaven. And bad karma will give the mind suffering or dukkha, stressful world, stressful spiritual world. See, this just keep on going until you stop this driving force, which is the craving. And the force that drives the craving is the ignorance of the true nature of the mind, or the true nature of happiness. What is the true happiness? We all look for happiness, right? The Constitution of the United States said the pursuit of happiness. But where is the true happiness? If you look for happiness from this world, from this physical world, you are bound to suffer, because you cannot have lasting happiness. So it's the Buddha and the people who meditate discover another kind of happiness, which the Buddha proved to be the real happiness, the true happiness, the lasting happiness, the happiness of Nibbana, which one can get to by abandoning all types of cravings and defilements. And he also find the method of doing this, which is the Noble Eightfold Path. It was reduced to three big groups called morality, meditation, and wisdom. In addition, it applies to laymen. It also adds another one, which is charity, because laymen still use money to buy happiness, and this is also can be harmful to the mind, can cause stress to the mind. So one has to stop using money to buy happiness, to buy sensual pleasure happiness, and instead buy charity happiness. Charity happiness is not harmful to the mind. When you do charity, you feel good, but you don't have this craving for doing more. If you cannot afford to do it, it will not affect you. Not like when you spend money on sensual pleasure. When you don't have money to spend on more sensual pleasure, you will suffer. Your mind will be hurt. So the Buddha says, switch using by a different kind of happiness, by happiness from charity, and don't buy happiness from sensual objects, sensual pleasure. For those who still use money to buy happiness. But for monks, they know already that the money does not buy happiness. So they give up all money and they seek the practices of morality, meditation, and wisdom to get to the real happiness, the true happiness, which the Buddha called Nibbana. That's the state of mind when it's completely pure from defilement, from love, hate, delusion, from cravings, from the 10 fetters. These are all the same thing. Put it in a different way, that's all, but they are the same thing. They are the cause of mental suffering, mental stress. So does this answer your question or clarify what the 6 elements are about?
That's very clear, Tanajan. Yes, thank you.
It's a knowing element. That's the thing that we have to deal with, to fix. The other, we cannot fix them.
Yeah.
The 4 elements we cannot, because they are like the weather. It's too big for us, and no one can change or control the weather. So no one can control the body. Everybody, we all have bodies, but we cannot stop it from aging, sickness, or death. So trying to fix the body is the wrong path. But for people who have no knowledge of them, the situation of the nature of the mind, we'll try to fix the body, right? Every generation will look for medicine, to look for something that will make the body last forever. They have different types, right? Freezing in the freezer, maybe in the future, when there's a cure for cancer, and they kind of freeze the body and use the cure to make the body stay alive again. But no one can do it really with the body, because the body is just like the weather.
Yeah.
And the weather are formed by the interaction of by the 4 elements, right? The heat, the wind, the water. That's why hurricanes are created, right? in the sea, there's plenty of water and plenty of heat from the sun and the wind. So you cannot stop these processes. They are natural processes. But we can change the mind from being impure to being pure mind. Once the mind becomes pure, then the mind will have true happiness, lasting happiness. Okay.
Thank you very much, Thanajan. Very clear.
Next, Willie from Indonesia.
Good evening, Thanajan. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay. Sajalka, he's been busy somewhere.
Yeah, I was taken away by life, and it's
By
not good. But
by defilement. You've been hijacked
yes, and
by
also
defilement.
also I kind of forgot to lower my expectations, as you would say. Yeah, thank you, Thanajan, for your teaching. That I'm actually my question today would be that when the deluded chitta actually takes a birth, does it get any part of the parents' karma, or it just comes over with the baggage of its own karma, and the delusion that the time of death that it has, is that what it carries over to the next life as well?
Yes, the delusion, the defilements are in the mind, not in the body. It's like the driver and the automobile. When you change a new automobile, the driver takes everything that the driver knows with himself, right? How to drive, his habit, and everything goes. So the body contains nothing. The body is just like an automobile, and the driver is the mind. And all the like and dislike habits and every action that perform all come from the mind, and it goes with the mind. But your delusion can be reduced and eventually eliminated if you come across the teaching of the Buddha. Only the teaching of the Buddha will teach you how to eliminate all of your delusion. Then when you know that you don't have to have rebirth, you don't have to have a body, then you stop having a body forever. You can be happy without having a body. You can be happy without any essential objects to make you happy. Okay?
Thank you, Thanajan.
And all the consequences of the karma that performed by the mind also goes with the mind. Good karma will give the mind a happy state of existence in the spiritual world. Bad karma will give the mind a suffering or stressful state of existence in the spiritual world. We call them hell once. Hell or beings, hungry ghosts, or scary ghosts, or born as animals. These are the consequences of the bad karma performed by the mind. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Thanajan. Thank you.
Okay. Machi Mamio from Thailand.
Good evening, Ajaan. I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Taiwan, Eugene.
Good evening, Pa Ajaan. Today I have two questions. The first question is, if we have deep devotion and full respect to Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, receive the Dhamma teaching or meditation instruction in internet, and the benefication is the same with we go to temple face to face with our Dharma teacher?
It depends on whether you need him or not. If you can study from online, then you won't need have to be face to face with the teacher. But if you find that you don't understand what you learn online, then you might need to have someone to explain to you deeper. So it depends. If you're intelligent, smart enough, you might be able to understand everything you study by yourself. Then you won't need anybody to help you. But if you don't understand, then you need someone who have experience to explain to you.
So if we can pay attention the online teaching, the benefication is almost, we can say maybe 95% or 90% the same with face-to-face learning.
Well, if you can meet a teacher like we are doing now, then you don't need to go physically there, right? Because you can talk face to face through Zoom, this meeting or Zoom meeting. So if you can find a teacher who can connect with you online, then you don't need to go to his monastery to learn from him, because you can learn from him directly through this video conference.
The knowledge and the meditation instruction is okay, but the precept or the vow of monk cannot give it on internet, right?
What do you mean the vow of the monk?
For example, I read a newspaper. Maybe the COVID-19 is very serious. 1 year and 6 months before, a temple they say they want to give the monk the vow. They have 10 bhikkhus, give the bhikkhus precept to in Australia some new monk receive by internet.
You mean do ordination? Ordination ceremony?
Yes.
Making a lay person to become a monk?
Yeah, yes. Is it allowed?
Well, this is the first thing, that happens, because before there was no video conference, so it has to be there in person. With ordination, you have to be there in person in the old way. But with the new way, no one has yet established a protocol or whether it is acceptable or not. So I think it has to be approved by the Sangha Council. I think this is something big. Maybe it's for the future.
Yes, because
through ordination, you have to have 10 months to participate in your ordination. If you cannot find 10, at least a minimum of 5 months has to be in presence of your ordination procedure.
So in Thailand, is still not allowed, or no?
No, it's still physical. You have to be there.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for your answer. And I have second question. The second question is, if our Dharma teacher use a serious attitudes to teach me, or show the angry form with compassion mind, want to let me know my mistake, but if I still have fear, how should I face this kind of fear? Or have you have any experience about this situation?
Well, you first have to admire your teacher, love your teacher, respect your teacher.
Uh-huh.
Once you have this will prevent you from being afraid. It's like you love your parents. You know your parents will never hurt you, but they can scold you and they can reprimand you. But they do it for your own good. So you have to think like this with your teacher. Your teacher is not your parents. Once you look at them as your parent, then no matter what they say or do to you, you won't be afraid because you know that they won't kill you for sure. They won't.
But actually, you just like you answer the before, karma have good karma, bad karma, and neutral karma. But fear is not a good karma, right?
No, it's defilement. It's arising from your desire or craving for safety. So whenever you feel threatened, then you start to have fear.
Yes, I think before. For example, the Dharma teacher show the angry, but won't let us know what we do mistake. Actually, everything is anicca, so no need to fear. But in the real situation, the fear is still appear.
That's because you don't have strong enough mindfulness. If you have strong mindfulness, then you can stop the fear when it arises. So you have to practice more mindfulness.
Okay, Putto with Putto.
Yeah, just when you start to feel fearful, then you keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Okay, just like nervous, I try to practice.
Whenever you feel bad, just recite Bhutto, Bhutto.
Okay. I asked this question because one time I saw the very old videos about the Venerable Longda Mahabua. And one time in the big ceremony, the many monks in this ceremony, but a new monk, he want to follow the Thai tradition, offer the kankuru, some very beautiful flowers and make by leaf, and want to offer to Longda Mahabua. And Longda means this, we don't need this just by your heart, but this monk actually he prepared already, want to offer these flowers. And Longda Mahabua show the compassion, anger, and throw the flowers away.
That's right. This to demonstrate the uselessness of these flowers. It doesn't do anything. You can show respect. The Buddha said respect by practicing, following his teaching. This flower is just for beginners. But if you advance, you don't use this thing. You use practice.
Use practice is most beautiful flowers to our Dhamma teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because your teacher wants you to attain, and you cannot attain by flowers, by giving flowers. But you can attain by go of seclusion and practice mindfulness instead of coming and giving respect by giving flowers and to teachers. This is a waste of time. What he's trying to point is you should go practice alone and not come and do this ritual things. Say in Thailand, normally every year, monks will go and pay respect to respectable teachers. Only one monastery that don't do this is Longda Mahabua. He doesn't take any monks to go respect to any teachers. If he had to pay respect, he'll just go alone by himself. But he won't bother with the monks because it is more harmful to them than useful for them to leave the monastery. Because once they get out of the monastery, they start to see sensual objects. and this can stir up their defilement, their cravings.
Mm-hmm.
And after they come back, the mind can become restless and agitated.
Oh.
So he not allow monks to go outside the monastery unless for some real important reason, like emergency, medical emergency or something like that.
Mm.
But he will let monks to take invitation. Lay people want to invite monks to go have food in the houses. They cannot do at the Long Dhamma monastery.
Oh.
He wants to protect the monks from exposing to the sensual objects, which can cause the defilement to come out and causing the mind to become restless and agitated. And if the monk cannot control this, the monk might end up disrobing very soon.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for your answer.
So you have to look at the reason behind the action. Don't look at the action itself.
Yes, actually, I cannot understand the Thai language about what Longda Mahabua at that situation, what he talked. But I can feel actually show the anger to throw the flower, but his heart want to benefit that new monk.
His teaching is informal. It's not formal. Like have to be in class before he teaches. As soon as he sees you, he starts teaching you right away. Even by his movement itself, he's teaching you, showing you the proper way of being a monk. Every movement, everything that he does, he teaches by his action most of the time. And he doesn't wait for the time to give lectures before he teaches. He teaches whenever he thinks there is a necessity for teaching. If you do something wrong, he will tell you right away.
So, Pazan, you realize anicca, so you never fear about your teacher, right?
Well, I fear, but I know that he meant well. That's good now. So I don't mind him being scolding or anything like that. But my defilement still afraid also. But at least I have the Dhamma try to console me that he meant well. He's not hurting you. He's teaching you. This is his style of teaching. You have to have this in the back of your mind. Then you can, even if you're fearful, you can go through it. But it's good because fear also can cause you to become more mindful. As soon as you're in front of him, you're very mindful already. You watch every movement of your action. You don't want to do anything wrong.
So I try my best to continue the puto practice. So next time if I see you, I don't offer any flower for you. But practice puto, offer it for you.
Yeah, just keep practicing.
Okay.
And you don't have to come to see me. If you don't have any need for information, seeing me doesn't do you any good anyway, right? You just see me and say greeting, how are you, and goodbye. What did you get?
The relationship between the Dhamma teacher and student only
transmission of knowledge. Transmission of knowledge.
Thank you.
Okay. That's why in this meeting we don't have any rituals. Let's start chanting first before. Some other meeting they might say, "Oh, let's start chanting first. Let's take the triple gem as our refuge, and also let's recite the precept first before we can go on with this meeting."
Okay.
Same way with Long Time when he give a lecture, when he teaches monk in the meeting, no chanting, nothing. As soon as everybody comes, they'll start talking.
But when someone offer food, he will a little bit chanting, right?
Oh, this is only in the morning due to the tradition of the world, the people, the Buddhist people.
Give the blessing.
They expect blessing from the monk after they give food.
Mhm.
So that's all. Just a brief say Anumodana chant,
Mhm.
Yatha Varivaha Pura Pari Purenti Sakara.
Sadhu.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
You learn
you.
something new every day in this meeting.
Mhm.
Okay, Monica from Malaysia. You've been away also.
Good evening, Tan Ajahn. Yeah, I've been very busy going to Ajahn King's monastery. There's
What's
a lot
Santi?
of
What's Santi?
Santi Forest Monastery,
Yeah,
Ajahn King's place.
yes.
Yeah,
It's near Singapore, right? It's just across the border from Singapore.
yes, at Ulutiram, Johor. Yeah, because also there's a lot of activity. He came back from Australia, then and I've been regularly doing food dana there lah, about weekly, sometimes twice a week. Then
You staying in the monastery?
who was staying at a monastery?
You did you stay in the monastery?
Only for 1 or 2 days sometimes.
I see.
Because I'm still working.
I see.
Still not totally cut off yet lah, from
You
my
live
work.
near his monastery?
Come again?
You live near his monastery?
About 1 hour from my house.
I see.
Yeah.
Good.
And then also lately there was a bhikkhu ordination for Prabhan, one of your participants here.
I see.
Yeah.
Good. Congratulations.
Yeah. I think he's doing pretty well. Yeah. He always go around collecting alms food.
Good. That's his duty as a monk. Every
Yeah.
monk should go out and collect alms food.
Yeah. So that's why there's a lot of because now we can meet up physically, so there's a lot of things going on now. Even now we're preparing for Katina. There are now 2 centers. I go to another center, so by Ajahn Lee.
Okay.
So quite a lot of things lah. But today I want to ask one question. Is regarding my meditation. Sometimes when I sit down, I still find this bright light coming up. Is it because this is normal, or is it because my mindfulness is still weak?
Well, maybe it's just part of your nature, that's all. And it doesn't matter. It is not relevant whether it comes up or not. And if it comes up, you should not pay attention to it, that's all. Just ignore it. What you need to do is to focus on your meditation object only.
Okay, all right. So it's quite normal.
Well, no, maybe normal for you, but not for everybody.
Oh, okay. So I just have to ignore it, isn't it?
That's right. Just pay attention to your meditation object only. If you want to get into jhana, if you become distracted, then you stop going deeper than you should.
Okay. And then I actually read in your book, The Essential Teachings, there was a mention that when concentration matures, it goes straight until 4th jhana only. So concentration matures only go until 4th jhana, right?
Or further if you want, you can go to the deepest jhana, the arupa jhana as well. But you don't need to. You can just stay in the 4th jhana.
Okay, all right. So it doesn't actually lead to 4th jhana. It can even go further.
Yes, but you have to do more concentration to get further from the 4th jhana.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think at the moment that's all I need
And
to.
you don't need to go further than that. As far as the work of vipassana is concerned, the 4th jhana is good enough to support your vipassana work.
Okay.
All you want from 4th jhana is the upekkha. And you don't get any more upekkha if you go deeper than that. You still get the same upekkha. I think, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Then I think in your book you have mentioned that for this vipassana, it is actually spontaneous.
Well,
So
spontaneous in the sense that when things happen, you have to be ready to handle it, to deal with it. So before you can become spontaneous, you have to practice first. Like you have to contemplate on the super all the time. Until when you see a beautiful or good-looking body, then a super will come out spontaneously without having to pull it out. You know, it'll come out automatically.
Oh, okay.
But if you don't practice before, it won't come out. The super won't come out.
So that means we have to practice to be ready. Then it only may just come up on its own, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is
because
to put the mind higher. Lah.
You just don't know when your defilement will work. See? So your defilement is not your enemy. So you have to be ready for your enemy anytime.
Okay. All right. So be ready for the defilements.
Yeah, anytime, because it can happen anytime, any position, any posture. Sometimes you might not be meditating and it can come up. It can come up anytime. And you have to be ready to deal with it, to become spontaneous. You have to simulate the situation beforehand. If somebody says something bad, what will I do? If somebody steal my money, what will I do? If somebody steal my husband, what will I do? If my house burned down, what will I do?
Yeah.
So you have to simulate this situation in your mind and see how you will react. If you don't react, then okay. But if you react angry, then you fail. You fail the test.
Okay.
If you say, yeah, everything is anicca, go. My husband wants to go with somebody else, go. My daughter wants to go away, go. Yeah. Everybody wants to leave you alone. Okay, let them leave you alone.
Yeah, sometimes I pass, sometimes I fail.
That's because you don't have enough equanimity.
Yeah, true.
If you have equanimity, then you can live without anybody. You don't have to have anybody to rely on. You can rely on your own self.
Yeah.
Especially also if you see everything is anicca, everything is temporary. Then you don't expect things to stay with you all the time, right? Things can leave you, get away from you anytime, anywhere. But you're ready to be alone, to exist alone, even without this body. The mind can exist without having the body. If the mind has ubekkha,
only meditation, but when the mind is, when you think about it, I think I can't imagine. It sounds very scary when
because you don't see anicca yet. You don't see that.
Can see, but the mind still cannot accept.
That's because you don't have ubekkha.
Yeah, true. Not strong enough. Okay, all right.
If you have ubekkha, then you see everything as being a burden to you, rather than being something good for you. You can see everything as dukkha. Whatever you have to look after them, right? If you don't have anything, then you don't have to look after anything.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of things are a burden.
Right, burden.
Taking care, cleaning, maintaining all a burden.
If you don't have anything, then you got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah, true.
You have no thieves, no fraudster coming and try to steal your money if you don't have any money.
Yeah.
But if they know you're rich, then you better watch out, right? People will try to get your money from you, get your money.
It's very difficult to live simple life.
That's because you don't have ubeka, you don't have
Yeah.
mindfulness.
You have to wait for times are better, then probably we can trim down.
If you have mindfulness, if you can meditate all day, then you don't need anything.
Yeah. But now at least I'm starting to do more charity, go to monastery.
Good. This is a starting point. You should stop using money to buy you happiness from sensual objects, and use it to buy happiness from charity. The happiness from charity has no harmful effect, no side effect, not like the happiness you get from sensual objects, sensual pleasure.
Actually, the happiness is quite long lasting sometimes.
Too, much longer lasting, and also fulfilling. Also, give you contentment, not giving you hunger. The sensual objects give you hunger. After you have it, you want more, right?
True. And worry some more.
Yeah.
Giving away is so free, nothing. Then you feel so happy.
Happy, no worry anymore. Don't have to worry about this money anymore.
True.
If you spend money on buying things, then you worry, where am I going to get more money to buy more things, right? So spend money on charity. Whatever type of charity you like. You don't have to do with the temple alone. You can do with some, worthwhile organization like the Red Cross, whatever you like. It will make you feel good, better than going on a holiday trip.
But I still like to go on holiday.
That's because you still have a lot of sensual cravings.
Yeah. Still like to visit some countries.
Yeah, you still have cravings for sensual pleasure.
Yeah, true.
You still want to see and hear different things. Because when you go to a different country, you see different things, hear different things. So you have to meditate more. The more you meditate, the more equanimity you have, then the less craving you will have.
This is my exam paper.
Yeah, exam paper. That's right. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ajaan.
Right. Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. No questions from me tonight. Just listening and learning. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Belinda, also from Singapore.
Hello, Ajaan.
Yes. Anything to say?
No question.
Okay, maybe later. Okay. Ubeka from Brazil, go all the way across the Atlantic or Pacific Ocean to get to Ubeka.
Hi, Bante.
How are you?
Okay, a little
cold. It's very cold there now, huh?
Yes, winter here.
Winter. Almost over now. So next month you start to have spring, right?
Yes, in August.
August,
no, July. Now is in winter.
Winter, September.
Yes. 10 days more.
Then you start to have spring. In October you have spring.
Yes. I practice in Anapanasati. Very good, very good, very good. Kaya, Vedana, Chitta. Damas not a lot. More Chitta, Bante. And Vedana.
Vedana.
Sukha Vedana.
Sukha Vedana. from
Yes.
meditation, from meditation.
Yes, and contemplation too.
Yeah, anicca,
Yes, nirodha, anatta, nibbida. It's okay.
Good. Keep on doing. As long as you're happy, then you're on the right track. Okay.
Yes, a little sick now.
You can still be happy even if you're sick.
Yes.
You see, body is anicca.
Yes, in Dhammas, I like Nibbida Nirodha, né? In Chitta, I like Samadhi. In Vedana, I like Dhammas. In Kaya, I like first jhana, Vitaka Vichara, Viji.
Okay.
Sukha Ekagata. It's a normal practice. And the Panasati is Marlon Brando bunch. Is our father. The good father.
Okay.
And the Panasati is very good. Buddha gave the Panasati his son, né, Bante? Rahula, for his Rahula, with 18 years. Buddha gave Panasati for his son.
His son, yes.
His son, Rahula.
Rahula.
With 18 years, né?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
Thanks. All right. I'll see you later.
Thanks.
Okay. Michelle, Adelaide, from Udon Thani, Thailand.
Good evening, Tanajan. Things have changed a lot because in Wat Pah Bantan now they are going to pay respect to monks during Basa. Not just now, they want to pay respect to Lompo Preda for his 19 years old. And I had two stories about one about Longta. There were a lot of people offer him a lot of flowers, and they ask, what are we going to do with that flower? And he say, put it in the forest. And another story is about the video that Ajaan was talking about. I was also very surprised about that video, and I expressed it to Nupasika, and she told Domponoy about that video, and he asked his Upatak to find the video and look attentively at the video. And he said that, in fact, he wants to wish Longta long life. And all the monks know, you know. Yeah. So they were not impressed at all. They had a little smile, you know. But Longta just want to show that you know, life ends when it has to end, you know.
That's right.
And so he just tried to throw the flower and everything away, and all the monks were very serene and having a little laugh. That is what I've been told, and I found the story funny.
For monks who practice, we all contemplate on death all the time. So anybody wish you long life, we just laugh and, you know, say, how can you wish people long life when you're gonna die one day, sooner or later?
When the people say the same once to Lompo Nippon, and he said, "Oh, people always say that, and I'm used to say, oh yes, I will have a long life until my life has to go. Until then, I will live.
I'll live until my last breath. Breath." But lay people or people who don't practice, they don't understand this truth. They want They think they can wish and, they can have long life and don't die.
Was that actually we don't want them to die because we want to keep them a teacher as long as possible,
That's right.
It's for us, because even Ajaan Suchart, they prolonged it for so many years that Longta had to stop it, because it was cruel. And, because the pain is there. And so sometimes it can be very egotist.
That's right. Okay, how are you? Okay, your health?
Yeah, I'm practicing and I'm waiting to still some time to know what decision will be taken. And since then, I'm practicing. I'm quiet and wherever I practice.
Yeah, just keep looking after your mind. Don't worry about the body. Let the doctor decide for your body. But your mind is more important. If you can keep your mind calm, then whatever happens in the body will not bother you, will not bother the mind.
The first surgery at the hip, after at the physiotherapy, when I began to walk, I had syncope and fall down. And that was very interesting because I didn't have the interruption of consciousness, but I didn't have any knowing of my body and that my body fall. And I was perfectly conscious, as if I would be, I would not have fall, but I was completely not anymore with my body. That was a very interesting experience.
Okay, good. Good luck to you, okay, as far as your body is concerned.
Thank you, Tanajana.
Your mind, you have to do it yourself. You have to look after your mind yourself. No one can look after your mind for you.
Well, I'm very blessed to receive some help.
Yeah, you need the teaching of the Buddha to help your mind. Mindfulness and wisdom. Bhutto and anicca, dukkha, anatta. If you have this, then your mind will be protected from suffering. Okay. Next, Kok Seng from Singapore.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, Ajahn. Tonight I'd like to seek your advice. I have a friend from my university days, from the Buddhist Society. She has just passed away, and she was first friend that I know in my university, in my local university Buddhist Society, who has just passed away. So I'd like to ask Ajahn advice. How can I so-called with the demise of this friend of mine, the first person whom I know who has passed away from my university days, how can I make use of her demise to motivate myself in my spiritual path?
Well, you think that your body will also be like her. One day, sooner or later, when you don't know, could be tomorrow, could be tonight. And you should use her death as the example of your death, so that you don't procrastinate. You want to do what you have to do now, and don't push it away. Don't kick the bucket down the road. You have to say, I have to do it now because I can be like her. Who knows? Even maybe tomorrow, next month. So now you still have time to do what you need to do. This is what you can use her death as the a reminder that of your death. Okay, so you might want to practice more. So you might want to keep up more, so that you can practice more.
Give up more meaning to practice more on dana.
Well, keep up what takes up your time with you, and then so you have more time to do your practice. Like if you can't keep up your job, so you don't have, then you have a lot of time to do the practice.
I'm no longer working already.
Okay. And go to the monastery and become a monk then.
Yeah, that a bit difficult. Yeah.
Why not? What's so difficult about being a monk? What's so difficult being not doing anything? Being a monk is not to do anything. To sit down and meditate, do nothing except for the basic work, like eating and looking after your body. But the rest, it's just, you don't have any work to do. You still need sensual objects to keep you happy.
There's still the attachment to the family, to my children. Yeah, so still not ready to let go of the householder life yet.
Okay, at least you can go there temporarily. Once a month or once a week, you go spend a couple of days in the monastery. If you don't start doing this, you'll never start doing it. If you wait for everybody to die before you do it, then you probably die first, die before them. Okay, you have to think like this. You cannot wait for death. Death can come at any time. So right now you're still alive, so try to do as much as you can before it's too late.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Ajahn. Yeah.
Next, we in check, Vancouver, Canada.
Hello, Ajahn.
Ajahn, what is the ultimate reality?
Emptiness. Everything is delusions. Comparing to the computer monitor, the ultimate reality is a blank monitor.
Blank monitor.
When all the picture disappear from the screen, then you see the ultimate reality. Because everything that you see are the illusion, because they don't last. They're not real. Your body, my body is not real. And they will disappear. But emptiness is always there, all the time. The Buddha said emptiness is the supreme, is the supreme. Nibbana is the supreme emptiness. Nibbana is empty of everything.
But they're still made up of the elements, like the building blocks. The building blocks are not real. Like
they are real, but what they make up, that what they form is not real. See, you don't see the building block. You see what they form, like your body. So you can say the ultimate realities are the 6 elements also, if you want to say that.
So you can see the ultimate reality when you're into jhana, like you can see see, or you only see it when you are in Nibbana?
Well, jhana is Nibbana, but it's temporarily Nibbana.
Oh.
So you want to change jhana to become Nibbana, you have to get rid of all your defilement. Jhana can only suppress the defilement from working temporarily. But when you come out of jhana, your defilement will start creating the illusion for you again. Because when you come out of jhana, you start to see your body, your husband body, your children body, and you say, this is I, this is mine. You don't see them as their elements. That's why you need wisdom when you come out of jhana. You have to use wisdom to teach you the new knowledge. You should look everything in terms of the elements, in terms of anicca. And anatta means elements, no self, just elements. And if you try to manage this element, you'll get dukkha because you cannot manage them. You cannot control them.
But the elements are you said the word element, like the knowing element is quite different from the other five because it's not in the physical.
The knowing elements is the one that is sick. It's like a patient in which you have to treat it to make it well.
Oh.
By bringing it into jhana and into nibbana, that's when it becomes well. You use mindfulness to bring it into jhana, then you use the wisdom to bring it into nibbana.
That's the sick element. Oh, yeah, that's a good
The
way
mind
to.
is sick. The mind is the patient. They need the Dhamma medicine to cure it. The Dhamma medicine is charity, morality, and meditation. So keep taking your medicine if you want to be well. Right now you are sick. Every time you have stress, it's like having fever. Every time you worry, every time you're anxious, every time you are fearful, these are the signs of your sickness. If you take enough medicine, then all of this symptom will disappear. No anxiety, no worry, no stress, no suffering, nothing, empty.
Empty.
You still exist with illusion, but you're no longer being deceived by the illusion that you live with. You know they are all like bubbles, like your husband, your sons and your daughters, your businesses, your houses, your money, everything. They are like bubbles. They're not real. They're not real as you think as they are. You think they are real. But with wisdom, you see them as not real. Because they're here today and they'll disappear tomorrow, right? Like the other day, I have this lady been giving food every day, and three days ago she passed away. And today, all is left of her just some ashes that they scattered in the sea. And that's the body. That's everybody's body. What happened to your body? What happened to your grandparents' body? Where are they now? Your body will be the same. No different from your grandparents or your great-grandparents. So they're like bubbles. They burst and they disappear. But they're replaced by new bubbles, by your daughter, your son, your grandson, your granddaughters, and so forth. New bubbles are formed and old bubbles destroy, disintegrate. So it gives you a picture of continuity, a picture of reality.
Oh. Oh.
That's why you need to use wisdom to analyze this, to see it. So the ultimate reality is to exist alone, nothing. Like the Buddha, the Buddha now has no body, has no illusion to deal with. It exists in the spiritual universe of its own.
So, Tan Ajahn, can we say that when purified the mind, we bring the mind back to its original form?
No, it just the mind is in the original form, but it's been defiled, like your clothes. You wash your clothes. Do you bring back your clothes to the original form when you wash your clothes? You just made it clean, that's all. You purify the mind, you wash the mind with detergent. You use the Dhamma as the detergent to get rid of your defilements. Then your clothes become clean. And that's all. The mind just become clean. You cannot change the mind, bring it back to the original, because it's always been in the original.
So it's to clean it, okay.
Just clean it.
And then just leave it.
Because the impurity is causing stress in the mind. Without the impurity, then there's no stress, no suffering in the mind. Okay, do it. Simple. Wash your clothes. You're smelly right now. don't put on smelly clothes. Put on a clean clothes. With smelly clothes, people don't want to be near you, right? With a smelly mind, no one wants to be near a smelly mind.
Yeah, that's true.
You can dress up with your body, but if your mind is dirty, no one wants to be near you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tan Ajahn gave us the detergent, but if I don't use it, the clothes won't be clean.
Yeah, I've been giving you when you never use it.
That's why no, it's used.
I don't know what you do with all the detergent. It's not for you to collect, it's not. It's for you to use. Okay. Anything else?
I got one more question, Stan. When you mentioned about simulating, meanings like we go and pick up something and then we contemplate.
Imagine what will you do if you're under this situation? If somebody hurt you, what would you do? Will you feel bad or will you just feel normal? The goal is to always maintain normality, regardless of whatever happens.
Okay.
So you have to imagine. Or you don't have to imagine. You watch yourself every day. Your minds keep being disturbed by things around you, right?
Yes. Yeah.
As soon as you see something you don't like, your mind's already disturbed. But you don't see that. You don't see the mind, you see the things that make you that disturb you. So you try to change the things that disturb you instead of come and change your mind from not to keep it from being disturbed. That's because your mind keeps going outside. It doesn't come inside. It only comes inside when you have mindfulness. When you have jhana, that's when the mind comes inside. Then you will be able to see the reaction of the mind every time it's being exposed to external things. Right now, you don't see your reactions. You see the thing that caused your reaction, and you try to deal with those things by changing them. If you don't like the hot weather, you try to find air conditioning or something. But if you cannot find air conditioning, then you can become more stressful because you cannot.
Yeah.
But if you come back and look at your mind and see what makes the mind disturb and how to prevent it from being disturbed, then you don't have to change the things that cause you disturbance, because they're not the real cause. The real cause is your defilement, your cravings. They are just triggers, things that you are exposed to through your sensual organs. They are just triggers that will trigger stress in your mind caused by your desire or your cravings. So you discover that your stress are created by your desire or by your craving, not by what you see or what you hear.
Oh.
So you use mindfulness and wisdom to teach your mind to stop the cravings. Once you stop the cravings, then whatever happened, whatever comes to you, it will not disturb you. Because you can take things as they come, as they are. You don't have any cravings for this or that. You can take everything, good or bad, happiness or sadness. You just remain calm, you just remain normal. You lose something, you remain normal. You get something, you remain normal. You don't go crazy every time you get something. I win a lottery ticket. You get all excited, go crazy. And when you lose the money, you go crazy again. The same amount of money that you get, and then when you lose it, you become crazy happy, and then when you lose, you become crazy sad.
Oh.
But if you know ahead of time that everything comes and goes, then you just remain. If they come, they're supposed to leave you. They are here to leave you. So if you know this, then you say, "What the hell? Why should I be happy?" Because I know I'm going to lose it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't look at it that way, right? When you get something, you think you're going to keep it forever. So when you lose it, then you become sad. So you have to look at everything as temporary. They're only here for a brief period of time, and then sooner or later they will leave you again. So if you're not happy with getting them, you will not be sad losing them. If you're happy getting them, you'll be sad when you lose them. So don't be happy, don't be sad when you get something or lose something. Because that's the way things are. That's the way things are. Things come and go.
Yeah.
If you're happy, it means you're delusional.
Delusion.
You think it's gonna stay with you forever? Gonna keep you happy all the time. But when it leaves you, then the happiness leaves you. And all you have left is sadness. You can simulate, you can think about this. So every time you get something, then you say, I'm gonna lose it anyway. Why should I be happy? Sometimes you might want to refuse taking it if you can. So, no, thank you. You can have it back. I'm happy as I am already. If you have ubeka, you will say, I'm happy as I am already. Even though I don't have anything, I'm happy. Because the mind become happy with ubeka. Once you have ubeka, then you don't need anything. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Tajam.
All right. Gate Yenso from Penang, Malaysia.
Ajaan, good evening. I'm listening tonight, Ajaan. Nice to meet Ajaan again. Yeah.
Yes. Anything?
Yeah.
No question?
No question. Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Philip and Adeline.
Good evening, Ajaan. I don't have any questions tonight. Glad to be listening in again.
Okay. Evie from Indonesia. Evie, go ahead and say. Speak louder.
Can Ajahn hear me?
If you can speak louder, better.
Okay. Is louder now, Ajahn?
Yeah, good.
Namo Buddhaya, Ajahn. Regarding about Ajahn said to washing the clothes. How to wash the clothes, Ajahn? Because I really dream that I was like a dirty tub full of clothes. The top like looks clean, but the bottom gets dirty. And the worst thing is that the clothes at the bottom of the tub is full of feces, Ajahn. So I have removed all these clothes from the tub. There are 2 piles. But I'm still confused about how to wash it. It takes 5 people to wash it all. If I do myself, it will take a long time. And how to use it and how to wash the dirty.
Just have few clothes, then you don't have many clothes to wash. The Buddha said try to have as little as possible. Have only what you need. You only need wear one clothes at a time, right? One set of clothes at a time. You don't need 100 clothes in the closet. If you have many, then you get lazy. You can keep using new clothes and not washing the old clothes. So when you run out of all the clean clothes, then you have to wash a bunch of clothes. So if you only have 1 or 2 sets of clothes, then you have to keep washing every day. Like me, I have only 2 sets of clothes. So I wash this one today, and then I can have a new one tomorrow to wear. No problem with washing. Just wash every day. The clothes that you wear today, you should wash it right away. Don't stock it up and say, "Oh, I'll wait and do it when I have so many clothes."
Oh, so I don't have to feel like this dream. The dirty clothes is like represent about myself. I don't have to feel like that, Ajahn. Because I'm still confused. Oh, this dream maybe is the represent.
I don't think you should pay attention to your dream.
Because I
think you should pay attention to reality better.
Yeah, maybe my heart is still full of dirty, Ajahn. So I have this dream.
Maybe you don't like reality, you like dreams.
Yeah.
Because maybe dream is sweeter than reality.
No sweet lah, Ajahn. They're full of dirty clothes, so no sweet. Ajahn, and I have a question. Is the Dharma all around of us? Because I started to feel that what happened in real life is almost the same as the task in meditation. They are like a two-way mirror. What must be done in the real world is almost the same as what must be done in meditation. For example, we must always have focus when doing something in the real life. So to succeed, this is the same as meditation way. Sometimes in meditation can be comfortable, can be uncomfortable. This is the same with the real life. Sometimes it's good news, sometimes it's bad news. So I feel if I can succeed in the meditation, of course it will be easier when facing the real life. Everything becomes under control. Is this true, Ajahn?
You can only control your mind. Everything else you cannot control.
If we can control our mind, there will
Once
be
you can
okay.
once you can control your mind, then everything is okay. If you cannot control your mind, then everything is not good.
If we can always focus in our meditation, we
If
will
you
be
can always stay in Ubeka, then everything is okay. But
in
when
the
you
real
come out
life.
of Ubeka, then everything is chaos.
In our real life, that is so beautiful, Ajahn. and my next question is, if I want to do atasila, do I have to go to monastery and ask the monk for the precept to be valid?
If you know already what they are, you don't need to go to a monk. A monk doesn't keep it for you. You have to keep it yourself.
And I just wear the atasila clothes and I do the
You
precept.
don't even need to do that if you stay at home. You can wear any clothes or no clothes at all. It doesn't matter with atasila.
Oh, no have to wear the white clothes.
They're just uniform that required by the monastery or the temple when they want you to put on uniform. Like monks, we have to put on our yellow robe, and lay people will have to put on their white clothing. These are just uniforms. So
Yeah.
they are not the atasila themselves. Okay, the atasila is the abstention from doing bad karma.
Because when I go to monastery and I say I do atasila and they ask me, you atasila from which monastery? So I cannot answer.
They don't understand the essence of the atasila. They probably want to know where you take up your eight precept, who you take the eight precept from. But in fact, you don't need to take it from anybody. But you need to learn from someone. If you don't know what the eight precepts are, you have to learn from someone who knows. Once you know, then you don't need to go and keep asking for eight precepts. Unless you are forgetful, you forget. Then you have to go back and ask, I forgot what are the eight precepts. Can you tell me?
Yeah.
Okay, now I have
Okay, Ajahn.
to move on. Or else we might run out of time. Next, Lillian from Bangkok. How long you been living in Thailand, in Bangkok?
I think about 10 years now.
You speak any Thai now?
Yeah, I speak a lot, but just cannot read and write so well.
I see. Good.
You were talking about the body just now, so I have a question about the body. I know that when some of the monks pass away, they actually keep the body for quite a few months or even years. I'm wondering what's the reason for that?
This is just belief by the people. They don't want to give up the body even if it's dead. They feel that if it keeps the body, they think the teacher is still around and with them.
Oh, okay.
It's just a misperception of the truth. The truth is your body, the teacher is gone, the body is just like a mannequin, like a doll. But people still they have comfort in seeing the body of the teacher still with them.
Okay.
But for the forest tradition, usually we don't keep the body. We follow the Buddha's example. The Buddha said, keep my body for 7 days for people to pay respect. After that, then cremate it. And then if you like, you can keep my remains, my ashes, some of my remains in the stupa.
Okay. Understand. Another thing is I don't know, now that COVID is everyone is taking COVID very lightly and everyone is going out now. What's the best way to balance our life? Because when you are living a normal life, obviously there will be a lot of engagements, people ask you out. But I'm not sure why nowadays I just feel very pressurized to go out sometimes, because when you go out, you tend to talk a lot about other things, other people. But if you don't go, it's like you're not normal, or you just stay at home all the time. And I don't know how to say, like when you have kids and your kids have a class, you also have a community. So in a way, you're also responsible to mingle with the other parents and stuff. But I'm not sure how to keep the balance, because if you don't go, it will seem that you are very antisocial. But sometimes if you go, you also feel very pressurized to talk about worldly things.
Yes, that's why they have the saying, you cannot have your cake and eat it too.
Yes, that's true.
So you have to just take one and leave the other.
That is very, very good saying.
Yeah, but or else you just have to sort of get a mix of the two. Eat half of the cake and save the other half to look at.
You have the cake and come home and meditate after that.
Yes, that's probably what happened to you, because you have responsibility. But you try to keep it to the minimum. Okay.
Yep.
If you can refuse, if you can excuse yourself from this engagement, try to do that. But if you cannot, if you feel that you really have to do it, then do it. To keep things normal, to keep that thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, that's all I have for today. Thank you.
Being a lay person is like driving on the normal street.
Yes.
Being a monk or being a meditator, people who live in the monastery, is like driving on the freeway, on the expressway.
Yep.
You can go faster, right, on the expressway. No intersection, no red lights. But if you drive on the normal street, then you have to have intersections, you have to have traffic lights, and you have to have traffic jam, so forth. That's the way. The way. That's the life of householder, lay people. So it's different. That's why the Buddha had to leave the palace. He knew it. If he didn't leave the palace, he would not be able to practice fully. Because he had to be engaged with his duty as a prince.
Yes.
So you have to have a duty of a housewife. Unless you become a manchi, like some of our participants here. They live alone. They don't have no engagement with anybody.
Yep.
So what do you want? You want both, man. You want to be a manchi and also a mother and a housewife.
Yeah, I think even a 1 week retreat, that is not a physical retreat for 1 week is also hard to plan.
It's almost impossible if you have children that
Yes.
you have to look after.
Yes.
No, unless your husband can do the work for you.
Yeah. If he's not already very stressed, I would have thought of that, but it's just quite unfair to him if I have to go. Yep.
Okay, so just do what you can under the present circumstances.
Yeah, but good thing there's online nowadays, so it's really very good.
Don't be stressed out because you want to go and you cannot go. Okay, you have to be careful.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to contain your desire when you cannot do it yet.
Okay.
Or else you can be stressful from your own desires.
Yep. Understand. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Good.
you, Ajahn.
Next, Alvin Lee from Malaysia.
Good evening, Tanajan. I don't have any question, just listening. Thanks, Tanajan.
Okay. Who else is next? Okay. Rangmalai Joy Wong from Thailand.
Good evening, Ajahn. I have two questions today. The first question that my associate at the company, he was passed away last 3 weeks. Before he passed away, he asking support from me to help him to follow up about the money from the Social Security, about 2,500 baht. I also mentioned to him that just focus on his health, and if I cannot follow up that money to him, I will pay him. But after that, about 1 week, he would pass away. So the money that I like promised him, that should I do a make money to him, or like pass to his bank account, or maybe just like to his family?
Well, give it to his family or his account.
Okay. And another thing that concerns about the wisdom, when we use the wisdom, we just like see and leave it, or we have to analyze that the cause.
If you understand, you don't have to analyze. If you don't understand, then you have to analyze.
Example that like people they thinking positive for somebody or to someone, we just like know that is depends on that person, but we no need to like seeking that this is came from like the attitude of the people, right? Just leave it, right?
What do you want to say? I don't understand.
I means that like somebody talk bad to myself, or maybe somebody. How if we use the wisdom to considering, we have to like hearing and read
You
it.
cannot control them. You cannot control them. They are anatta.
Means that we have to like improve ourselves to like to stay with them, right?
You just have to accept them for what they are. If you don't want to have any dukkha.
If we not have like dukkha, just like ubekha, that is fine for that, right?
Right, that's right. That's what you want. Not to have any reaction to what people do or say.
โอเคค่ะ thank you ค่ะพระอาจารย์
Okay. Bruce Lee from Indonesia.
Evening, Ajahn. I don't have any question. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, Sulan, the final person always.
Yeah, hello, Ajahn. Nice to see you again.
Can you speak louder?
Oh, hello, Ajahn. Nice to see you again.
Louder.
Oh, Ajahn, nice to see you.
I think you have to put the microphone closer to your mouth.
Oh, okay. Ajahn, nice to see you. Can you hear me?
Can hear you, but not so well.
Oh, okay. Is it better now?
Do you use the headphone?
Oh, I'm using this earpiece.
Okay, put the microphone close to your mouth. That's all.
Okay.
You don't have to be close to the screen. Just be close. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it better now?
Yeah. Okay, better now. It's on the screen where the microphone is. The microphone is on your earphone.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to update Ajahn that I started meditating since last Tuesday when you told me that I need more mindfulness. So I was meditating like around 10 minutes a day.
Speak louder.
Oh, oops. Sorry. Yeah, I was saying that since last Tuesday I started meditating. Yeah, because you said that I need more mindfulness. So I meditated around like 10 minutes a day before I sleep.
That's not enough yet. Just starting is okay, but you need to meditate longer. And besides meditation, you have to be mindful all the time also, not just when you meditate. You have to be mindful from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
Yeah, I think I still have quite a number of thoughts in my head. It's like chattering.
In your 10 minutes of meditation that you find it difficult to do, or you find it easy to do?
I find it easy to do. At first, I thought only 26 seconds passed by. Then I checked my timer again. Oh, it's 10 minutes. Yeah. So
when you meditate, you should not worry about time. You should worry more about your mindfulness. Okay, whether you can be mindful of your meditation object or not. Stay mindful on your meditation object, and don't worry about the time, because sometimes you might be able to sit for half an hour not knowing it. So it's not the time we want from meditation. It's the calmness that we get from meditation, the mindfulness we get from meditation. So try to maintain mindfulness on your meditation object all the time when you meditate.
Yeah.
And you start to see the difference in your mind. Your mind start to become calmer, lighter, cooler. Okay?
Okay.
No question today.
Yeah, I think recently I feel more easily agitated also. But that is like external triggers. Then I'm trying to calm myself down. Then during my meditation, then I'll be reminded of like some of the agitation that I feel.
That's because you're not mindful. If you're mindful, then no other thought can come up. You have to come back to your meditation object right away as soon as you know you're thinking about something else.
And yeah, I find like living in the reality is quite hard. It feels like I'm trying to walk on a straight line, but then there are a lot of like distraction thoughts of the past and future that's making me unable to like focus on the reality. Yeah.
See, the problem is you try to manage reality instead of trying to harmonize yourself with reality, flow with reality. Don't try to manage reality. It will not be hard. Take things as they come. Don't take things as you expect them to come to be. When you expect something, then you're managing reality, and sometimes reality don't coincide with your expectation.
Yeah.
So try to reduce your expectation and try to live with reality. If you don't get a raise, you should be happy. If you're not happy, then mean you have expectation for more money. As soon as you're not happy, it means you expected something and you don't get what you expected. So if you don't expect anything, then you will not feel unhappy. You will not feel sad, because this is the way reality is. Whatever is. Whatever will be.
Oh yeah. Whatever will be.
But we don't want that, right? When it's hot, you want it cold. When it's cold, you want it hot. Always wanting something that is not.
Yeah.
So then you find life difficult.
Oh.
Because you want something that is not.
Mm.
When it's hot, you should want hot, then everything is okay. When it's cold, you want cold, then everything is okay. When it's not, then you want it's not, then it's okay. But when you want the opposite of reality, then you run into trouble.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll go to Facebook now.
Yeah.
We have like
Thank you,
11
Ajahn.
minutes left. Okay.
Mm.
Well, we have any questions from Facebook?
Yes. There are 5 questions from Facebook,ท่านอาจารย์ 2 questions from Liberty, and the first question is ท่านอาจารย์ครับ can you please describe the indicator of when we achieve the first jhana? Thank you.
I cannot. You have to read up in the book. For me, the indicator is that you are still mindful of your meditation object. That's all you need to know. If you're still watching your breath, you're approaching jhana. If you start to thinking about something else, then you're getting out of jhana.
And the second question is, do you recommend Asupat meditation?
It depends on what you want. If you want to be celibate, then you should use Asupat meditation. But if you want to have a wife or husband, then I don't think you should use it.
Next question from Lisa Tan. Namaskaran Ajahn. What are the criteria of a good investment in Buddhism? We are trying to avoid gambling. Thank you for teaching Ajahn.
Investment, livelihood, I think that's what you mean. What is it's the right livelihood? The livelihood that doesn't hurt other beings or yourself. Gambling can hurt you. So you don't want to do gambling as your livelihood.
Next question.
Okay, go ahead.
Next question from Lion Fong. Dearท่านอาจารย์ how does memory of past life exist? From my scientific understanding, memory are formed by the patterns of brain cell activating at the same time. Thank you.
If you think it is like that, then you are misunderstanding. You are misunderstood. Because memory is not in the brain, it's in the mind. The brain only shows the effect of the memory.
And the last question from Po Liang Soon. I realize that when I sleep and dream, I'm fighting with others, and that make me feel tired. Can I ask Ajahn what is the effect from the past to that dream? Thank you.
That's because when you are alive, when you're awake, you keep disagreeing with everybody. So when you go to sleep, you dream of what you did. So you can change it by trying to agree with everybody when you're awake. And when you sleep, you will dream about being agree with everybody. Okay, we have only about 8 minutes left. So anybody would like to ask any question, you're welcome. Raise your hand and unmute your microphone. Okay, sweetie, I'll check.
I have a doubt about the different realms because to my observation, like most people are like sometimes they can be a deva, but sometimes they are ghosts, sometimes they are maybe hell being. But how come let's say we die and we're in the deva realm, if we get angry, then do we come do we drop to the different like?
See, when you're alive, you can change very quickly because you can control your mind. You can get angry or you can become charitable at the next moment.
Yeah.
So you keep changing your status when you're alive. But when you die, this status will depend on the intensity of each status, which one is stronger. And that one will appear first. Until that one diminishes, then the next stronger one will then appear. So you're building you're doing different karma, and they accumulate in your mind and have different intensity. So when you die, the strongest intensity will have effect on the mind first, take effect on the mind first. If you're a deva, you're stronger than being a ghost, then your mind will become a deva first, until your deva weakens, and then the ghost becomes stronger. Then your mind will then change to become a ghost. Okay.
So it doesn't change, and after you die, it doesn't change, and like it doesn't
Because,
change like
because you cannot change it, because when you die, it's like when you're sleeping, you cannot control your mind. Then everything go automatic. But when you are still alive, everything is manual. You can control it.
Manual.
The manual and automatic transmission is different. Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow.
When you drive manual, you can shift the gear anytime you like. But when you drive automatically, you cannot. Automatic will go according to the speed. It will shift according to the speed.
Yeah.
Same way when you die or when you sleep, it's on automatic mode.
Yeah.
It's only when you're awake when you're on manual mode. You can keep changing your karma. You can be angry at one time, the next moment you can be charitable, the next moment. So you keep changing.
Yeah,
But this thing that you do when you're awake, they are stored in your mind, and they will take effect after you die. Every good and bad karma that you do, they haven't just really take real effect. They only take just partial effect, because they keep being replaced by another karma. So they still remain in your mind in storage in different compartments that's put in the mind. You have compartment for different type of karma. Good karma, bad karma, hungry ghost karma, animal karma, and so forth. And this thing can come out when you're awake, right? They can come out. It depends on the stimulation. If you're in a certain situation, your animal instinct might come up, or your greedy instinct might come up. It depends on the situation. But when you die, this thing will come out. The one that has the strongest intensity will come out first. So if your hungry ghost intensity is more than everything else, then you will become a hungry ghost first when you die.
Does mindfulness play a role, Ajaan?
When you're awake, yes, but when you're not awake, no, mindfulness is not working either. When you die, mindfulness doesn't work.
Yeah, that's why the Buddha wants us to do good and
except for noble. I think noble, their mindfulness is more I think even after they die, they can control their mindfulness. I'm not sure. Maybe not. They have the karma. They already accumulated only good karma. Mindfulness is just a tool for you to create good karma. Once you fill your mind with good karma, then you will be always born in a happy realm of existence.
So the noble disciple, the bad karma compartment are all gone. Like the different compartment, but the bad karma ones are all gone.
They may not be gone, but they are overtaken by the good karma.
Overtaken. Yeah. Oh. That's
okay.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's an amazing analogy. That's incredible.
It might not be right, so don't believe me 100%. You have to prove it for yourself.
But it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But it cleared my doubt. I think, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, I think that's about it for tonight. Thank you for your participation. I hope that this meeting will help you to understand better the teaching of the Buddha and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please be safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if everything goes well, if my computer doesn't break down, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you, Ajahn. Sadhu,
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ajahn. See you again.